Will you put that away?
Was it the same one?
It doesn't matter. After a while, they all seem the same. He should be here soon.
Wonderful.
I take it you don't approve.
You know I don't, but since when has that made a difference?
Stop pouting.
Malcolm, why are you meeting with him?
Do you remember the first time you made love?
What?
Do you remember the first time you made love?
Yeah, sort of.
Why'd you do it?
What do you mean, why did I do it?
I mean, was it planned? Was there a reason behind it? Or did you just know sooner or later you would, or because it was time?
It was mostly because the woman said I could.
Rashad, there is nothing romantic about you. If you weren't my bodyguard, I think you'd be alone.
For all you share with me, most of the time I am.
Did I tell you about the time I met Billie Holiday?
Yeah, okay, Malcolm.
She sang a song for me. Did I tell you that?
She sang a song for you. Then Louis Armstrong asked you to play trumpet.
I'm serious, Rashad. She sang it for me. She walked straight up to me. She ignored everyone else in the room. Then she took a flower from her hair and gave it to me and started to sing. You don't know what love is until you've learned the meaning of the blues, until you've loved a love you've had to lose. You don't know what love is. You don't know how hearts yearn for love that cannot live yet never dies. Until you face each dawn with sleepless eyes, you don't know what love is. Hi, it's me. Are you okay? And the children. They always could sleep through anything, just like their mama. Betty, you know I'm sorry I'm not there for you, don't you? The next week at the Autobahn, I want you there with me. I want the whole family there. And then after that, we'll spend more time together, I promise. Don't get so excited, girl. We got enough children. I gotta go. He'll be here soon. Betty, I love you. Kiss my little girls for me. If you've been good, give yourself a big hug. Goodbye. If the FBI is still listening, I'm hungry. Could you send some Chinese food and red soda pop up? Oh, and hold the pork.
Is everything all right?
The children are asleep.
Sister Betty?
Our home is bombed this morning. And I'm here. I haven't given her much, have I, Rashad?
You think she'd ever feel that way?
She'd never be that selfish. But I know. I can hear it in her voice. The fear. For me, mostly. But the family, too. I should be with her tonight. I should be with my children as often as possible. They should remember their daddy.
The world will remember their daddy.
They won't remember me, I know that. If I could only be sure that what I represent will be remembered. That's all that's important to me. This country will do what it can to see that that doesn't happen.
This country has always tried its best to eliminate the black man. It ain't happened yet.
What can be changed doesn't need to be eliminated. I'm tired, Rashad. Seems I've been a lot of things lately. But whatever else I've been, tired has been in there somewhere. It's stuffy in here.
Stay away from the window, Malcolm, please.
All the forces of this country couldn't protect their own president, and you think it makes a difference whether or not I can breathe the Harlem air.
It may make a difference tonight.
Those used to be my streets, Rashad.
They'll always be your streets, so they'll just never be safe.
We're in the tallest building in Harlem. How high up do I have to be before I finally feel safe?
Just give the word, Malcolm, and we can strike back.
Strike back? Do you think I trained them in the art of self-defense so that they could defend themselves from us?
Did you train them to throw a firebomb through your house?
I don't think it was them.
Oh, come on, Malcolm.
No, Rashad, I'm serious. Elijah doesn't have the power to do some of the things that has been going on recently. It's gone way beyond that. Next week at the rally, I'm going to say some things. Some things that are going to probably turn the heat on us. I'm going to say I don't think it was the Muslims.
And who are you going to accuse?
Who else could it be? You think Elijah could get the French government to ban me from traveling to France?
You won't ever get the initials out of your mouth, Malcolm.
I'll just have to remember to talk fast.
We can't afford to lose you.
When I can't go to that window, you already have.
Won't you at least cut back on some of the speaking engagements? We can't manage large crowds anymore. Not when we have to watch out for people who look like us.
There ain't nobody on them streets look like you, Rashad. You got to go clean across the ocean to another land to find somebody as ugly as you. Either that or all the way downtown.
Please, be serious, Malcolm.
After the Audubon, I will. Besides, I already told Sister Betty we'd spend more time together. I haven't heard her laugh in months. You want to play some chess?
No,
Why not?
because I always beat you.
Have I grown that predictable?
You play as if the object of the game is to protect the pawns, Malcolm. The pawns are there to protect the king.
Perhaps it's time that someone protected the pawns for a change.
Then the game wouldn't be chess anymore. It'd be something else, something nobody would play.
Would that be so bad?
It's not a question of good or bad. It's a question of winning or dying.
You can't sacrifice your people and expect to win, Rashad. Look at that board. Tell me what you see.
I see a game, Malcolm. A game we didn't invent. You don't like the rules, fine, neither do I. But the only chance we got in winning is protect the leader. Once the leader gets too far out in front, it's open season. Hell, Malcolm, even the pawns will help to sacrifice you. As long as this one piece is free and protected, the game ain't over. Whatever you say or do won't change that. As long as this one piece has a chance, we all do.
Rashad, we're all pawns. And once we begin to realize that, perhaps the old game can end and the new game can begin.
Go home, Malcolm. Be with Betty. Be with your children. You don't need to do this. We've got enough problems having people think you betrayed Elijah, and the other half being getting soft. Now there's all this talk about white folks not being so bad, and now you're me with the king of love. It ain't right, Malcolm. I can feel it. Nothing good can come from this.
Something good already has.
What?
I asked him to come and he said he would, and he didn't ask why.
Malcolm, what makes you think that his people would just let him get on a plane and come here?
He'll come.
How do you know?
Because I'd come if he called me.
Do you trust him? Malcolm, do you trust me?
I don't know that I trust anyone anymore.
I died for you.
The people who die for me, I trust least of all. I'm sorry, Rashad. I guess I haven't gotten over that nightmare yet. At least it'll be over soon.
Why will it be over?
Now, don't you think you should answer that?
You know what I think.
Minister?
Dr. King. Rashad, you can leave Dr. King and I alone. We'll be all right.
I need to check Dr. King.
Checked. I was already checked once downstairs.
Not by me.
Rashad, somehow I don't think that'll be necessary. I'll be safe here with Dr. King.
Oh, I'm sure you'd be safe with Dr. King too. But how do I know that's really him?
Well, perhaps you'd like a short speech or maybe an
No,
appropriate
no,
sermon.
Don't do that, Doctor. Rashad, we'll be okay, thank you.
Very well, if you say so. May I take your coat, Doctor?
Well, thank you.
I'll just be outside if you need me.
I'm sorry about that. These are troubled times.
I understand. I imagine the bombing has unsettled everyone.
But it didn't do much for the price of real estate in my neighborhood. Did anyone see you come in?
No, I followed your instructions. And the next time you want me to take the back stairs, I wish you'd choose a room on a floor lower than the 7th.
I've seen you on TV. You could lose a few pounds.
This stomach's in the finest sense of Southern tradition and the ministry. See, television makes you look heavy. See, the congregation don't want to stand preachers means your preacher's not good enough to get sweet potato pies and little other donations.
Well, my congregation sells pies street to street. You might say it keeps them thin and the donations fat. Speaking of pies, is that your luncheonette bag or perhaps a tape recorder?
And why would I need a tape recorder?
Maybe you're nervous about coming out of hotel rooms. Mr. Hoover does have a way of making people paranoid.
I never thought the Lord could have made a mistake, but Hoover does push one's faith beyond reasonable limits.
Have a seat, brother. Don't you want the couch?
This will do fine.
I forgot you're used to those sit-ins and such.
Well, I just find this is generally better for your back.
But not your head, as I can recall. And I'm surprised you still have one with all that non-action, violent action movement you've been involved in.
Will you be amazed what one can take when their purpose is clear?
Perhaps. But I just think some people have naturally hard heads. I was at Selma 2 weeks ago. I almost paid you a visit.
Well, you should have. There was plenty of room down in the jailhouse.
I try not to visit jails voluntarily.
I heard the speech you gave on my behalf was very moving.
Yeah, the young people seem to enjoy this. In fact, if I'd spoke much longer, we all would have come by the jailhouse. Only we wasn't planning on staying, and there probably wouldn't have been much jail remaining after we left.
Then I guess I should thank you for not speaking too long. Being in jail is unpleasant enough. Having it torn down while you're there is not my idea of how to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Well, you can thank some of your conference planners for that. If it were left up to them, I wouldn't have spoke at all. As it was, they took several hours after I spoke, trying to calm the crowd down.
Well, perhaps they were just trying to move them in a different direction.
Calming them down would have certainly done that.
Well, you didn't visit me then, so I'm here to visit you now.
Yes, and I'm impressed. I didn't think you visited northern cities often. I'd imagine that our streets are much more difficult to maneuver than those country roads you're accustomed to.
Well, if the road must be traveled, it will be.
And if it's destroyed,
Then it should be rebuilt.
still the dreamer.
And still the revolutionary.
Thank you.
I hadn't realized I paid you a compliment.
Ignorance is often the most sincere form of flattery.
Why now, Malcolm, if I didn't know any better, I would think you were trying to upset me.
A man who allows himself to be hit upside the head surely wouldn't get upset at some mere words. You care for some water, Martin?
No, thank you.
Some tea?
I'm fine.
I want you to eat this.
No thanks, I'm not hungry.
I don't care. I want you to eat it anyway.
I don't want it.
It's good for you.
That may be, but I still don't want it.
What if I make you eat it?
And just how would you do that?
By force if necessary.
Then I'd still refuse.
You mean to tell me that you'd refuse to eat this apple even if I resorted to force,
Yes,
even though it's good for you?
even then.
You're right, Martin. You can't make people take something they don't want. Try as hard as you might to get white people to love us. No matter how smooth you try to make it, the simple fact is, you can't make them swallow the truth, even if it's good for them.
Isn't it odd that you try to tempt me with an apple?
You see the apple as temptation. I see it as nourishment.
We see what we want to see, I suppose.
Yeah, some people don't see anything at all, even when it's staring them right in their face. For example, when you pass by the front of the hotel, did you notice a woman standing out there in a short red dress wearing heavy makeup?
Prostitute.
How old would you say she is, Reverend?
30, 35.
She's 17, Reverend. But after 3 years on the street, age, it has no real significance. Tomorrow morning, she won't know how many men she slept with tonight. She can't tell from the money she makes because her pimp collects that after each trip. She's part of a larger congregation, but you won't find them in your church. They curse your God if they were alive enough to curse, Martin, but they're dead. They're the living dead, and they exist simply because they're accustomed to it and haven't thought about why